welcome back to my channel. I've been reading a lot and there's so much I need to catch you up on. We need to talk. So life updates, quick catch up. I'm just preparing for Valentine's Day. I'm also preparing for my birthday. I'm gonna have a tea service with all my girlies. We're all gonna get to doll up and have some tea and some bubbly. I'm so excited to share with you guys and to be with all my friends. Unfortunately, I am gonna be missing two of my girlies, but it'll be okay. So I finished Beach Read while we were at the Bahamas, and I wanted to summarize it because it was really cute. I liked it. I thought it was gonna be a little more like beachy. That's why I took it with me to the Bahamas, but either way, I liked it. I think I would rate this one 3.5. It's a little bit better than just a one-time read. I really liked how the story developed. It gave me all the feels. It's two writers. Beach Read has 4 tropes. It's forced proximity, grumpy meets sunshine, opposites attract, and writer romance. It does have some old wounds and past traumas kind of resurfacing. I would say it's also a second chance, but you guys tell me, what did you guys think? Only Henry knows what she's doing. This one was really good. Each read, there's also a little bit of spice, but she kept it even, so I would rate it 1 in the Schofield level. River's chewing on her bone, so you might hear her in the background. So that takes me to People We Meet on Vacation. I also read this one during the Bahamas. It was really cute. It was perfect for traveling because there's a lot of scenes where they're traveling. So I would say this one also has 4 tropes. Best friends to lovers, definitely dual timeline where you're jumping back and forth, and second chance romance, and I think this one's also forced proximity. It could definitely fall in there. So this one follows Alex and Poppy. They've been friends for years. They take summer trips every year, and then one of those years things go really bad. So now they're trying to reconnect and trying to see if they can be friends again. I would rate this one a 2. It didn't really do it for me. I don't know why. I think I would pick Beach Read over People We Meet on Vacation. It was a good read. I mean, I read it, I finished it, I didn't DNF it, but I think it just didn't do it for me because I had to get over her personality because her personality was just a lot, but it was still cute. It had really cute quotes. Yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think. There's a little bit of spice, but not too much. It's just like 1 in the Schofield level. So the other one that I read was The Grace Year. I liked the idea of it. To me, it was just kind of surface level, so I do rate it a 2. Sorry, guys. Sorry. 2 is like, it's not horrible. I got through it. I didn't DNF it. A 3 is like, it was a good, wholesome, one-time read for me. This one just didn't do it for me. I don't know what happened. I expected more. I've heard so much of it, and a lot of people are like, whoa, it's worth the hype, but it just didn't do it for me. This one's kind of like The Hunger Games meets Handmaid's Tale, and it had a baby. It's set up to be really great, right? But I just, reading through the book, it felt really superficial to me. I just didn't emotionally invest with the characters. Essentially, there's this dystopian world where girls are sent away for their grace year, and they essentially have to get rid of their magic, right? So they're left out to fend on their own. Then they return as either wives or laborers. The book is really feminist. How do I explain? I love the idea, but I just wasn't, my heart wasn't emotionally invested in the words and the characters. So, sorry guys, I rate that one a 2. There's not a lot of spice in that one. So for The Grace Year, I picked out 4 tropes. So there is newfound family. It is a dystopian fiction. It is kind of like a survival story, and I think it is very feminist. Those are my 4 tropes. River is still munching on her bone, so you might still be able to hear her. The other book I finished was The Woman by Kristin Hannah. So this one was really good. I loved the story. It kept me hooked. Her writing flowed. But let me know what you think about the ending. This book was really relatable because it had a lot of nursing lingo and healthcare lingo, and it was like kind of coming to age. We follow Frankie, a young student that enlists for Vietnam War. It goes through what she went through before and after the war. So it's very raw, it's very emotional, and it's very powerful. And I love that. It's very feminist, which I love the way she explains everything because during the Vietnam War, the stories that women had to tell weren't really appreciated. People didn't want to hear what women had to say and what their experience was during this war. Women were still viewed as like stay-at-home moms, and that was their only job. So a lot of people didn't understand why there were women involved, such as nurses. They couldn't understand. They just thought it was men out in combat at war, and they had sympathy for that story versus they didn't think women went to war. I would give it a 4. It was a great one-time read. I'm a little iffy about the ending, but you guys can tell me what you guys think. It was beautifully written, and it's one of those books that sticks with you. So if you guys have time to check it out, please do. And that did have 4 tropes that I was able to come up with. It's a newfound family for sure. It's historical fiction. It's a survival story. Also, I would say feminist movement. I do have to say this one has some trigger warnings. There is some alcoholism. There is some dysfunctional family trauma going on. You have some PTSD with like nightmares, not being able to sleep, anxiety, that kind of thing. So again, guys, read responsibly, but I really like this book. It's a meaningful story. I don't consider myself a historical fiction girly. I tend to move away from those, but this one was really good. It was really well written. There's like a romance going on, so I think it would keep your interest. It doesn't go too much into the history of everything and the political side of things. It is during the Vietnam War, so it does kind of touch on it, and that's the placing of the story. So if you guys can check it out, check it out. If you guys have read it, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what your favorite scenes were, or I don't know, I feel like it could be a really good movie. Maybe someday. We have to talk about this book, Pugging Around. So we're following Rachel, who at the beginning of the book has a one-night stand with an incredibly dreamy, attractive guy, only to find out that he's a professional hockey player in the team she just got hired to work for. So what starts as an awkward situation turns into something really crazy. I should have had a warning label for this. So for this one, I do have 4 tropes that I've seen so far. One is forced proximity. The other is newfound family. Like one night stand turned into more, which I've seen that a lot in romance books. This one is for sure a workplace romance. So that's what I have so far on this one, but I haven't finished it, so I'll let you guys know. Its spice level is like 5, 6. Off the radar. This is definitely the spiciest thing I've read so far, which I'm not usually looking for smut, but this is pretty crazy, and I'm only in chapter 7. So it's already proven to be the spiciest, and I'm only in chapter 7. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys read this? What is going on? Should I know if there's a specific chapter that I should not be reading out in public? It is a series, so I might read the other ones depending how this one goes. So that takes me to the other current read, which is Butcher and Blackbird. I'm already liking it. I love that it comes with a playlist and it sets the tone for the book. So you can scan the Spotify playlist and you can listen to the songs while you're reading the chapter, which I thought was really cool. And they have some really good stuff. They have some Joy Waves, some Thick as Thieves, some Radiohead, Marina and the Diamonds, and then 21 Pilots. So this one is 2 serial killers, 1 story. I'm about to age myself, but it's kind of like the Dexter episodes where he falls in love with that other girl and she's kind of like crazy too. So you follow these 2 killers who meet under very interesting circumstances. It is a dark romance. It's very twisted. I'm interested to see where this is gonna go, and there's also other books that go with the series, so I'm excited to check that out. I like series if they're good. So the second book came out this year, so I'm excited to finish reading it and seeing what the other book is about. So another book that I read was Normal People. It's been on my TBR and I just knocked it out. It was really quick. It's a really messy, complicated love between Connell and Marianne, and it's like a coming to age story, and there's so much miscommunication between them because they're so young and still maturing. So that's kind of frustrating, but it's very real, and I feel like that happens sometimes. Definitely not your typical romance. It's a very deep dive into like human connection, mental health, and how people really affect each other when they grow up together and are in each other's lives. I rate this one a 3. I think it was really good. I'm sorry you guys are gonna hate me because I've seen so many people recommend this book and hype it up, and to me, it was nice, but I couldn't relate. I was very removed, but it was like an outsider looking in, so I would say it's a 3. Sorry guys. It was a good one-time read. It was spicy. I would say it was like a 3 in the spice level. It was mentioned a lot, and that was a big part of the relationship. So okay, for Normal People, if I try to come up with some tropes, some of the tropes are coming of age, that's one. Second chance romance, I would think it falls into that category. I would think it's miscommunication's a big one because they're kind of just like missing each other, and then there is a class difference. So last one is A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. I've actually read a lot of Tia Williams, and this one was unique, which I really liked. This one was a part of Reese's Witherspoon's book club, which I follow. Those are my 2 main book clubs, and Reading with Jenna. So Ricki was doing really great, but she reaches a point where she kind of burns out. So she's trying to like rediscover herself, but she ends up meeting this mysterious guy. Again, Tia Williams does do kind of like that modern day pop culture romance, and she has a lot of funny jokes in there with contemporary pop culture, so I really like that because it's very modern. I would definitely rate this a 4. It gave me some Addie LaRue vibes, so if you guys have read this, let me know what you guys think. Share your comments. What did you guys feel about it? Because Tia Williams has a very specific style, and I do feel like she explored a little bit in this one, but I loved it. I would say it's Grumpy Meets Sunshine. Maybe second chance at life. It's not necessarily second chance romance. I would say it does have a healing from trauma trope, and then also maybe an age gap. But yeah, if you guys can check it out, it's worth your time. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments if you picked up Pucking Around. Does it get crazier? I need to know. And don't forget to support. If you guys like my summaries, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.